over 10 impeachable offenses that are to be read today, that we are charging the president with impeachable obstruction of justice, with cover-ups, with collusion, and also hijacking of our American values and of our government.
No more concentration camps! Trump must go! No more deportation! Trump must go!
We're walking towards it.
Trump must go! No more deportation! Trump must go! Trump must go! No more deportation! Trump must go! Trump must go! Trump must
Impeachment!
Now!
Now!
If you are committed to fighting with every ounce of fiber in your body, then do not allow the hate to win. Remain unified. Remain with your mindset that you're going to do what you must for those who matter. And if we all matter, then we must all fight for what's right. Power to the people. Talk to them, Joel.
Yeah, well, 45 has made an emphatic mark on my city. Whenever you go aloud and go on a national television network and say that there are good people on both sides, when you have individuals who literally come with AK-47s and weapons that are ready to shoot people, and then you have another group of people who are there with signs, peacefully protesting. There's no such thing as good people on both sides. But what we are choosing to do in Charlottesville is to show our resilience, regardless of what anyone has to say, whether they're in the White House, whether in the State House, or whomever individuals who choose to show hate, we're going to spread love. And that's what we're about. We're a unified city, and we're pushing forward.
Everybody look to you. We're going to go to church. I don't know if y'all with me, right? I want look to your neighbor and say, neighbor. Neighbor. I need some energy. Y'all look to your neighbor and say, neighbor. It starts with you. Say it like you mean it. Neighbor. It starts with you. All right?
My name is Jocelyn Garcia. I am a very proud daughter of Mexican and Guatemalan immigrants. I am a sister to two younger brothers. I am a 25-year-old working class American, and I am a volunteer with the By the People movement. Yeah. I am here with you all today because we deserve better than this. We deserve a country that respects our dignity and our livelihood simply because we are human. That's it, because we are human. I've been organizing for impeachment for the past couple months with By the People. Honestly, I do get pushback about impeachment. People often say, Jocelyn, impeachment's not going to happen. Wait for the 2020 elections. There's not enough evidence. Or people say, Jocelyn, change is not going to happen. Keep your head down. Keep walking.
When public officials wrongfully claim impeachment isn't worth it, the implication is that the livelihoods affected by this tyrant aren't worth it. When public officials claim that impeachment is too divisive, they choose to neglect bipartisan calls by the people, for the people, across the political spectrum, demanding his impeachment. When public officials resort to slippery slopes on claims that impeachment would set a dangerous precedent that could trigger warrantless demands for impeachment in the future, the implication is that we should cower in fear and allow ourselves to forfeit our liberties instead of reclaiming the promise of our democracy from the hands of Donald J. Trump. When we allow corrupt officials to wreak havoc in the Oval Office, we become complicit in allowing corruption to fester in our politics, and we allow despicable, unaccountable, entitled behavior like his to result. Impeachment is not supposed to be about making partisan political power grabs. Impeachment exists to protect the foundations of our democracy from the aforementioned vices that weaken our democracy and place the rights of citizens in peril. Let us remind this president of the fourth check on power, civil society. Reclaim our democracy. Hold Trump accountable. The people demand his impeachment. Thank you.
If you don't show that you have some fight in you, that you are prepared to actually go after your enemy, identify them, and eliminate them, you never have a chance of prevailing against him. We have been told that even if impeachment hearings start, Donald Trump could still be there and could get reelected. BAM has called for more than a year for Donald Trump to be removed or to resign or be removed. With Nixon, once those impeachment hearings started, he knew he had to leave.
Mueller dropped a report on our desk, on our collective American desk, and all he's asked us to do, all he's asked the Congress to do is read. The evidence is there, and the time is now to impeach. Thank you. Welcome to Washington, and let's go fight till victory is won.
Yeah, there's more than 10 reasons why we want to impeach Trump, but my number one reason why we want to impeach Trump is because he has separated and divided our country. Nancy Pelosi can sit in her office and look out her pretty shining window like this country has not been divided for centuries and years. So I'm quite sure an impeachment will not divide this country even more than it is, and I'm quite sure that we are ready for it. And what inspired me is the fact that why wait until 2020? We was waiting till 2016 to get Hillary Clinton elected. She ultimately lost her race. She won the popular vote, but still lost. So why would we test that theory in 2020? Why can't we go ahead and impeach and activate ourselves for our local candidates so we can put people in Congress that can fight for the progressive issues that matter?
And what is sort of your response to those Democratic congresspeople you mentioned, Pelosi, who, they're not fond of Trump, but they're also really hesitant to do the impeachment thing because they think it's not true?
I'm going to tell you what I told all of them, and I'm going to say the same thing that Congressman Jim Clyburn, which represents the 6th District, they all are old people who need to leave Congress and for other people to step in and do their jobs, because it seems to me that younger people have more balls than older people do, and that is directly to you, Congressman Clyburn.
Well, for one, I would like him to the impeachment trial to go on, because, Donald Trump's his actions while he's been president is, quite frankly, it's not good, and, I'm a very, I would say, non-biased person, although everybody has their bias. But when we look at the investigations and things like that have occurred, especially the one by Robert Mueller, you know, there's been this talk of collusion and obstruction. You know, Robert Mueller in the report, I've read it. You know, he's quite certain that there has been no collusion with Russia, but there has been Russian interference in our election. However, even after this Wednesday, you would have found that Robert Mueller isn't certain that the president has not committed a crime. For example, if we were trying to say, okay, the president colluded with Russia, right? Yet the president covered up his crime, we wouldn't be able to know that he colluded with Russia because there would be no evidence because he covered up his crime. That's where the obstruction of justice comes in at this point, you know. Obstruction of justice by the president would mean that he'd break his oath from the Constitution and that, you know, he quite frankly shouldn't be president anymore, or that at least he should go through the impeachment proceedings, which is why I'm here, because I believe that Congress needs to take Donald Trump's impeachment trial and do something with it, because, you know, everybody deserves a fair trial, and, you know, his actions, while unfair, Congress needs to quite frankly just prove that he's just done wrong.